We're gonna need more ammo. Move! I'm good. But I'm not that good.
How is she still standing?
She isn't standing now.
Resident Evil.
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Why is it so hard to adapt a video game into live action? Is it the stories, the dialogue, the action? What I believe it is that you have producers, writers, and directors, these companies who think that they know better, or that they are better, than the source material that they're working with. You have people and companies who see these franchises as nothing more than dollar signs and ways to cash in on fans' good faith. And they're probably using these half-assed productions as some sort of tax write-off, maybe to hide some money laundering. Nah, I'm just kidding. We all know there's nothing shady and weird going on with Hollywood at all.
You're easier giving $600,000 if you make a movie about some retarded wizard in the forest, or for another, whatever, Marvel Avengers bullshit dirt. So goodbye and goodbye Hollywood.
It feels like Netflix has made it their mission to make the worst manga, anime, and game adaptations that anyone has ever seen, that has ever been brought into existence. Death Note, Cowboy Bebop,
Sounds to me like blackmail.
You're damn right it is, because, Jet, you are black and you are male.
Welcome to the ads, motherfuckers!
and now Resident Evil.
Here they've got copies of everything from before the fall. Books, music, SpongeBob. I freaking love SpongeBob. I mean, his best friend's a starfish.
Are you fucking serious?
Allow me to share a theory with you, viewer, but before I do, I need you to put on this top secret SpaceX-designed safety helmet. Netflix is a shadow arm of the United States military. Their mission? Demoralize Japan and shame their creative minds and their culture. I mean, think about it. Netflix is conducting a shadow war against Japan, and they're going after manga, anime, and now they have set their sights on one of the most prolific Japanese gaming companies out there, specifically targeting one of their most profitable IPs. I just imagine the boardroom of Netflix deep underground in Area 69, far beneath the poop-covered streets of San Francisco, and Netflix board members, they're just like, "This is for Pearl Harbor, motherfuckers." Then they release the Resident Evil series that has god-awful characters, one of which is just, well, he's just sad. And dialogue with jokes that are so cringeworthy and awkward, they would make Joss Whedon himself blush and make Amy Schumer look like she's an actual comedian. Netflix will not stop. They are relentless in their pursuit to destroy all things Japanese. I mean, my god. They're going to race swap Nami, aren't they? Before we take a closer look at the Resident Evil Netflix series, if you enjoy me and the content that I create, be sure to drop a like on this video and share it around. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Stick around until the end of this video and subscribe if you think I earned it. Now, this is not a review of this series. I don't fancy myself a reviewer at all. I'm just somebody with a microphone who likes to talk into it and give you my opinion on things. There are plenty far more talented people out there that specialize in doing reviews. I've been watching Heels v Babyface's videos, for example, on this Resident Evil series. So if you're looking for a review, look elsewhere. If you want to see what I found so god-awful about this show and frankly disappointing, then feel free to stick around. Now, if you're currently enjoying this show or you watched it and you enjoyed it, then I'm happy for you. I envy you for finding some entertainment in what I can only describe as the television equivalent of waterboarding.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Will I have to quarantine?
No, it's not like COVID.
Excuse me, what?
This show is high school fan fiction levels of bad. No, that's not fair to high schoolers. This show is 60-year-old Twilight mom fan fiction levels of bad. No, that's not really true. It's actually worse than that. This show is 80-year-old 50 Shades of Grey grandma fan fictions of bad. No judgment if you're into that kind of thing. I'm not talking about bondage. I mean, who doesn't like a little bit of that? I'm talking about old ladies, but, you know, moving on. You get rare glimpses of Resident Evil in this show. It's trapped beneath layers of rotting, putrid flesh that is this Yas Queen girl drama TV show. But the Resident Evil aspects that we do see are unfortunately incredibly superficial. Because these companies think they can just dangle some shiny keys in front of our faces and expect us to clap like seals. Well, I guess it works on some of us. I wonder why we see sites like GameSpot giving this glowing reviews.
Money!
Resident Evil is treated as nothing more than set dressing for the drama show that they so clearly wanted to create about these two sisters on opposing sides of a battle, dealing with multiple factions, family drama. That's really what they wanted to make. But they remember, oh, this is supposed to be Resident Evil. Just put some Resident Evil shit in there. Remember Chainsaw Man? He was cool. You guys like giant spiders, or you remember Giant Alligator? Those were pretty badass, right? Oh, and I remember seeing something about Albert Wesker he's supposed to be in the show. I'm sure his character's gonna be just like he is in the games, right?
But it was not like the game.
I feel so bad for Lance Reddick. He's such a great actor, and he seems like a really nice guy. They just did him so dirty by turning him into Blade. He's Blade without the blade. I love how I get to make Blade movie references in back-to-back videos. Life is good. They really did most of the actors dirty. I mean, you try being this actress, playing the new CEO of Umbrella, only to be turned into this.
Evelyn?
Beautiful 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was that the heartbreak changed me, baby, but look at where I ended up.
Yeah, regardless of the context, which is explained in the show, this doesn't belong in a Resident Evil series. A series that is renowned and known for its atmosphere and tension. And yes, before somebody starts screeching, Resident Evil does have some cheesy dialogue. Hell, my favorite Resident Evil game of all time, Resident Evil 4, has Leon saying some absolute bangers. But even when this show tries to pull some exact campiness from the games, they still manage to fuck it up.
Time to go. Fun fact, these cult freaks aren't so into maintaining their hardware. Just call me the master of unlocking.
Things can only go up from here, though. I mean, they couldn't possibly get worse, right?
But things could get worse.
This show is so ashamed of being a zombie show based on a zombie video game franchise, they don't even have the respect, the decency to call them zombies. They call them zeros, which is how many stars I would give this show. Am I right, guys? Get it? Stars? Maybe I should be a writer for the second season of this show. I mean, I have just as much skill and writing experience as the people writing the first season, so why the hell not? Oh yeah, sorry, they teased a second season. They're gonna race swap Ada Wong, aren't they? Better yet, Ada and Wesker, they're gonna end up having some kind of relationship, or it's gonna be revealed that they did have a relationship, and Ada is actually the surrogate mother for the Wesker twins. I'm getting some serious Paramount Halo TV show vibes from this Resident Evil series. It's gonna be another Halsey and Keys situation. Speaking of Halsey and singers, one of the characters, you like that? That was a good segue, right? Halsey's a singer, right? I'm fucking old. One of the characters in this show, her name is Billie, who looks like Billie Eilish, who was introduced to us with a song from Billie Eilish. This show is a goddamn joke. I mean, there are some really bizarre, reject Marvel quips and attempts to be funny. It's like something that you would have seen be cut out of a Paul Feig movie, where he just lets actors improv all of their lines. And the tone of some of these scenes, they're just bizarre to me.
curry burrito, really? That smell is never going away.
And plenty of room to run and play.
Right. I mostly just read Zootopia porn, so.
I mostly just read Zootopia porn.
This isn't what I would call an adaptation. This is what I would call a reimagining. A reimagining done by a schizophrenic hamster who has never seen nor heard of Resident Evil outside of skimming a Wikipedia article. So again, I ask, why is it so hard to just get a faithful Resident Evil adaptation? That it's at least respectful of the source material? Why do we have to get this cheap, obnoxious knockoff version of an already cheap and obnoxious movie like Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead? Even the most recent dumpster fire Resident Evil movie, Welcome to Raccoon City, is more of a faithful adaptation than this show is. And that movie was roasted when it first hit the internet. But you know what I found interesting? Take a look at the Rotten Tomatoes score for Welcome to Raccoon City. Now take it with a grain of salt. Rotten Tomatoes isn't everything, but critics reamed it, audiences seem to enjoy it, which is more than we can say for this new Netflix series. Which is funny because Welcome to Raccoon City gave us a Leon Kennedy that didn't even know how to work a goddamn shotgun. And he's a police officer. Live action Resident Evil just can't catch a break. First we had all of the Mia Jovovich movies, then we had Welcome to Raccoon City, and now we have this. At this point, I'm kind of just hoping Netflix has a real T-virus and they're just gonna release it and kill us all because then we wouldn't have to deal with this bullshit anymore. Who was this Netflix series made for? Because it certainly wasn't made for the fans of Resident Evil. It does more to shit on that name than anything else I've seen before it. And that's saying something, because I've played Umbrella Corps. Is it Corps like Marine Corps or Corpse like Corporation? Nah, fuck it, that game sucked anyway. Netflix Evil, it had its moments. There's some pretty gory kills and the monsters look gross and horrifying as they should, but even these moments didn't make me feel like I was watching Resident Evil. I felt like I was watching the Evil Dead TV show, but on a lower budget. I don't even know the budget of this show, but it looked cheaper than the Evil Dead TV show. Really, what kept reminding me that I was watching Resident Evil was the ugly-ass logo in the opening cinematic. The only cool thing I would say about this show overall was the billboard. Have you seen that thing? Pretty badass. Not as good as the 3D Japanese billboard with the cat jumping out with the fish, but you know, they tried. And I don't want the takeaway from this to be Resident Evil as a series can't do anything new. They can't stray away from the games. They just really need to find a director and a writer, a team of people that know the source material, respect it, that actually like the characters and have played the games. Because right now, what this feels like, this series feels like the kid in class that didn't read the book and tried to write a book report, but all he did was read the cliff notes. That's exactly what this series feels like. This is of course assuming that they actually give a shit about how the end product winds up, because judging by the track record that live action Resident Evils have had, it doesn't really seem that way. I think they're just doing it for money. But for God's sakes, man, give us fans something to work with. Resident Evil is another unfortunate victim in the Netflix war machine. I pray for whatever unfortunate legendary Japanese IP that they set their sights on next. And that's what I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit shorter of a video than I normally do, but like I said, not really a reviewer. It's not really a review, it's more just a rant. But I needed to tell you all about how I felt about this show because I sat through it. I sat through it for you. Maybe I saved you some time. You can spend some time with your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, what, I don't know. Or maybe doing something like checking out another YouTuber's channel. One of my personal favorite YouTubers, Nerd Cookies, who lended her angelic voice so graciously for this video. A nice little cameo as our narrator, so really appreciate it. Thank you, that was really cool of you to do that. If you guys are interested in science fiction lore videos, she runs an amazing channel. I will leave a link for her channel down in the description below. Definitely go and check her channel out. Subscribe to it if you're not subscribed already. As always, I want to know what you think about all of this. Have you watched Netflix Evil yet? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or maybe you haven't watched it yet and you just want to tell me what your favorite Resident Evil game is. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you liked the video, don't forget to drop a like, and if you didn't like the video, leave a dislike. Engagement is always appreciated. Before we go, I want to give a huge, massive shout out to my incredible meat shields in the zombie apocalypse. I mean, my channel members. My amazing, beautiful channel members You're all fantastic, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Your sacrifices will not go unnoticed. If you would like to volunteer your services to me in the inevitable zombie apocalypse, hit the join button down below to become a member of this channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, stay metal, and I will see you in the next video.